Morgantown Sober Living started in 2013 because of a direct need for resources for addiction services in Morgantown. I personally have struggled with addiction and alcoholism and had to travel out of state to receive the treatment that I needed. When I returned back to Morgantown and noticed that there was such a need for sober living resources in the area, I got together with a group of individuals, including my father, Jim Stevenson at Chestnut Ridge, and some other leaders in addiction services in the area, and we created the idea of Morgantown Sober Living. Morgantown Sober Living operates sober living homes for men in the area. Our first home is here at 206 Spruce Street. This is a home for men in recovery from drug and alcohol addiction. And the people that come into Morgantown Sober Living have attended a 28-day inpatient treatment for drug and alcohol addiction. Once getting to Morgantown Sober Living, they are required to get a job, a full-time job. They're required to go to Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous meetings. They're required to get a sponsor and work steps with their sponsor. And the whole program is centered around accountability, and it's holding the residents of this house accountable to their recovery and to each other. Inside the house, the men in this home are able to really use each other when they struggle, when they need help, and we're all fighting the same fight here. We're all in recovery from addiction, from alcoholism and drug addiction.
This is the living room. We have our mandatory house meeting. It's Thursday nights at 6 o'clock. All the guys in the house attend, and in here is where we do our check-ins. And guys talk about how their week is going. What are they struggling with? What needs do they have? How many meetings they went to? Do they have a sponsor? What step are they working with their sponsor? And it's a time where we all check each other and hold each other accountable, and we can talk about positives and concerns we have for each resident of the house. This is our dining room, and the guys in the house, everybody's responsible for their own food. The guys in the house buy groceries, but we all, we have a time at least once a week where we all get together and we have a meal in here. A lot of the times that somebody in the community brings over a home-cooked meal for the guys in the house. My mother and my stepmother especially bring over really good home-cooked meals for all the guys.
So my experience with addiction, it started about a decade ago, and I went to school at Penn State for accounting, and just kind of like your normal college student drinking on the weekends, and the disease of addiction is progressive, and I can look over the past 10 years at how that disease progressed in me, and it went from weekend partying to trickling into the week, to where it started to affect my family relationships, my work performance, till right up at the very end when I was pretty much, family relationships were non-existent. I lost my ability to work, and my whole life was centered around thinking about drugs or alcohol, how to get it, or consuming. And it came to an abrupt stop, and I was faced with there's really no way out. And it was addiction as a progressive disease. It ends in jails, institutions, or death for everybody. So I chose to get help, and through my recovery, I've been able to mend those relationships with my family. My relationships with my family are better than they've ever been. I'm accountable. I'm trustworthy, reliable, and I have peace and serenity in my life today. And that's really the biggest thing, to be at peace with yourself. I'm able to be of service to others, and that's my hope for Morgantown Sober Living, is that other men and women in recovery can get their lives back on track. They can mend those broken relationships and become productive members of our town.
I live here in the house. It's really important to have somebody here at all times. Right here on the second floor is my bedroom. And lots of the times I try to stay out of the residents, stay out of their way, and kind of let them do their own thing. But I'm always here if they need me. I spend time hanging out downstairs with everybody. But it's really important to have somebody here at all times, in case somebody, is struggling with something or needs some help. We have 5 bedrooms on the second floor and 4 bedrooms on the third floor. We don't have any TVs in the bedrooms other than my bedroom, so all the members of the house, if they want to socialize and hang out, we all do that together downstairs, and there's a really beautiful TV downstairs, and that's where we all spend our time together in the evenings, hanging out, and that's in an effort to keep people from spending time by themselves in their room and isolating.
Since opening Morgantown Sober Living in September of 2013, the guys that have been in the house, every member of the house has a full-time job. You wouldn't know it, but it's some of the places you frequent in the downtown area. These are the people that are working at these businesses. Everybody in the house has they have a sponsor in either Narcotics Anonymous or Alcoholics Anonymous. They all make their required meetings. They're becoming financially responsible and independent, and very likable guys. They've made so much progress, and it's really amazing to see.
This is the third floor, and we have 4 bedrooms up here on the third floor. A couple of these rooms are double rooms, and one is a single room. Typical day for a guy in the house is get up, shower, eat breakfast, go to work at their job. When the work day is over, they come back, we eat dinner, hang out, watch a little bit of TV, and then go to either an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting or a Narcotics Anonymous meeting. Guys in the program here, their sponsors will stop over, talk about recovery, work steps, one of the 12 steps of recovery. They'll spend time, with their sponsor writing on, talking about those. And then in the evenings, we usually hang out downstairs till about 10 o'clock watching TV or, socializing, having a good time. There's a curfew here at the house. Everybody needs to be in by 10 o'clock on Sunday through Thursday, and 11 o'clock on Fridays and Saturdays.
One guy in the house, for example, right after coming into the house, he was very irritable and discontent. He had just completed treatment. He had no family relationships. Since being here in the house, he got a job. While he had that job, it wasn't exactly what he wanted. He kept applying to other places, and now he has the job that he really wants. And he has mended relationships with his family that had been broken for decades. And he's really become a leader in this house. And whenever we have new guys that come in, he kind of takes them under his wing and really guides them and points them in the right direction.